Alright, welcome back. I have to re-record this because my phone is trash. Anyway, so before my thing decided to be trash, so basically Kyle Crane, when he saved Izuku in his human form, but when the sun set and the moon just started to light up the area, he just transforms into this and does a inhuman screech, like what volatiles usually use. And then Zuko just starts bolting it, and so yeah, recording. He just started bolting it, and he actually trained a little instead of the counterpart. He's faster and more agile, but he's still scared. He mainly did it so he could be more durable when Bakugo tries to hit him with his explosions. And so yeah, where was I saying before the recording cut? Nope. Okay, what's going on? Why am I in the camera? Okay. There we are. I don't even know that I was recording correctly, but I'm just gonna continue since it says it is. So, yeah, Kyle Crane, just starts bolting it, and then when Izuku makes it to an abandoned train yard, he hears an inhuman screech, and then he hears it happening from above him, and then the volatile just pounces on him, and Izuku just dodges out of the way. Deku, Deku just dodges out of the way, but he gets a deep gash wound on him. Well, not gash, splash on his chest, and it made him sluggish because, he's dealing with pain, and he's not used to something being so painful. And then the volatile just latches onto Izuku, and then its ribs are digging into his stomach. And then since Midoriya, Deku was in pain, he just decided to try and punch it in the face. Then since Crane was being annoyed, so he just grabbed onto his arms and then just digged his claws into them. And then Crane, with his jaw appendages, or whatever they're called, just basically bite onto his shoulder, and then Deku screams out in pain, and then some heroes were following the screeches, And then since All Might was in the area, comes in with a smash, and just Detroit smash, and then the volatile gets thrown across the train area, and then Endeavor was there, cause why not? My story, I choose what happens. I can take suggestions if you want. I'll be mostly posting my ideas and yeah, things that most people don't do, I'll try and do, because some will be unique on my channel. Yeah. Pardon me. So then Izuku, and then the volatile just transforms into the bolter, cause he lost most of the infection. So then Crane is permanently stuck in this form until he gets rid of the rest of the infection, even during the day. So then, since he basically loses all of the aggression, and then just imagine the threat level, it's just at 1, because the only thing the bolt is good at is attracting volatiles. But since all dead, because the last episode the virus was destroyed, except Crane. So basically the only thing about it is its speed, but it's curious about human nature for some reason. And it just runs away. And then Deku, I probably should have gotten some pictures for this, but basically Deku is rushed to hospital because he's starting to twitch, basically have a seizure on the ground, and he's super pale and his eyes are closed. And so basically then he gets rushed to hospital, and then he basically stays knocked out for 3 days, and he's just progressively looking worse and worse. He doesn't turn into a volatile or anything. He only gets sharper claws, and then the ribs are starting to poke out like this, and his teeth starting to get hella sharp, like Kirishima's. And then he wakes up in, let's just say it took a week for him, a month for him to get just to wake up from his coma. I don't know if that's how comas work, but I'm not doing research. Still recording. Something's loading. So basically he's just super pale, but he's basically extremely strong and fast. And the doctors do a checkup, and there's actual a bunch of acid building up in its stomach, because the volatiles have this projectile acid, and then they noticed that the virus got rid of the joint in his toe, or wait, was it? So basically it says that he has a quirk now, And they're thinking, oh, since a bunch of acid is starting to build up, and due to stress, he unlocked a dormant quirk, but it's just the virus, just affecting him. Because whatever Crane knows, the virus knows as well. And then, so, then, he just basically stays in hospital for 5 months. So it's on the 6-month mark, because it was 10 months worth of training in the original. But then, the bolt is, it's been seen throughout the city during nighttime, always, watching people, looking for the perfect host again. So Crane could become a human again, because the virus never fully infected the host in time. So he has a weak bolter state. That's the best way I'm explaining it. Anyway, so then he actually starts physically training on start of 6 month when he got released. So he wanted to test out his abilities, so he decided to go to Deku Beach, because let's just say instead of he just gets it researched. Before he was running, oh, maybe I could go there and train or something. So, and he sees that half of it's already cleared, because the sludge villain attacked somewhere else. So there was 2 attacks, same as canon, and it was Bakugo. And then All Might was oh, you have resolve and determination. Let's say the attack actually happened, and the sludge villain attack happened the next day, because he just wanted to leave the city instead of stay there with the cash. So then it's oh, that's the villain I was chasing yesterday that got away, and then I had to deal with that thing. And All Might's thinking this, and then he just Detroit smashes it, and then changes the weather, and then decides to give one for all to Bakugo. Ego overload. He is now evolved into Super Douche. All Might chose me out of anyone. I am the best, and I will become number 1. And so basically, Horn. No, I'll add that later. The infection's starting to display more that he's getting stronger and stronger each minute, and not literally, but it looks like he is. And he grew taller. He's 6 foot something, around Ida's height. Edie. Anyway, recording. Yep. 1 o'clock. I should probably go to bed, but nah. Need to finish this. So then, when Deku was training, his body got exhausted, and then he just passes out. And then our buddy Crane decides to pop in, and then when Zuko wakes up, he just sees Crane, the Bolter Crane, just standing on a trash pile. And then, because he was at Deku Beach testing out his acid spit, or whatever. and then he just jumps off and pounces onto Zuko, and then just bites him, and then all the blisters just started disappearing, and he starts like looking human, and then all of it, and then he just turns back into the classic Crane from the Dying Light game. And then Zuko doesn't turn into this one. He starts to the infection, so he starts getting like the ribs just burst out of his skin like this, and then like the spikes that are on his shoulders, and then here the elbow, that's what I meant, they all start appearing. But he doesn't look like this. He's only getting the horned parts. He gets a bunch of muscle. Then he basically looks like this, except he doesn't look like this. He explain it better. The shoulder pieces here remind me of the Demolisher for some reason, because I think that our volatiles are just every special type of zombie mashed together. You know what? Yeah, I'll just start with this. So he ends up just getting all of the horns, and then his teeth are like that. And so then this is where I'm gonna leave off. Like, the ribs are physically showing, and he has a bunch of like horns basically growing on him. The teeth are sharp, but the jaw hasn't unhinged. And now, like in the games, it's the volatiles. They're always on like ready to run mode, and so that's basically gonna be in Zuko from now on. He doesn't like turn green or lose his hair or gets the unhinged jaw. Actually, the ribs like only slightly poke out of the skin now. It isn't like this, but the ribs are like sharp, and they're like starting to like poke out of the skin. And his eyes turn like this, and he's basically, this is his level, but instead half the aggression down and increase the speed a little and increase the threat level. And he is he's strong, but he isn't weak he's weaker in the sun, because he's like human kinda. But so basically this is what he will look like if he's going down the villain route. I don't know if I should go down that route, or should I make it a hero and he's only half volatile, alpha volatile like. I don't know, but that's for you to decide. Anyway,